Hello and welcome to episode number 233 of WITM. After going to WWE Live in Erie, here in Erie on Saturday, and then last night, Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh. There's pictures of both events up on my personal Facebook page if you're interested in seeing them. I am pretty hyped for some WITM action. And it's pay-per-view time. The SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view Battleground, their final pay-per-view before SummerSlam. And we've got Dalton Roush in action. Unfortunately, not getting the United States Championship opportunity that he deserves and was hoping for. I will potentially have a United States Championship match booked before SummerSlam, depending on what happens in the main event. Because the reason Dean is not defending his U.S. title is because he is WWE Champion and will be defending that. So if Dean retains the WWE title, we may have to set up a United States Championship match on SmackDown, and hopefully Dalton would be a part of. But for now, it's going to be non-title action, as Dalton's match will kick off Battleground. It's going to be Dalton Roush in a triple threat hardcore match, taking on Y2J Chris Jericho and the show-off Dolph Ziggler. Let's get underway. And our song, by the way, for Battleground is the real-life Battleground 2017 song, Whatever It Takes by Imagine Dragons.
Be ready for anything. We have a triple threat coming right up. I'm ready. We have a real fan favorite taking on two of the toughest competitors that WWE has to offer.
Man, this should be an awesome matchup.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes.
Triple threat match started.
Me either.
And here we go. Dalton wasting no time, immediately taking advantage of the hardcore stipulation and grabbing a sledgehammer. But it's going to be grabbed away by Ziggler, who plunges the handle of the sledgehammer into the stomach of Dalton. Temporary alliance by Jericho and Ziggler with the double backbreaker on Dalton.
Let's take a moment to discuss Dolph Ziggler. I can't think of too many superstars that the WWE Universe loves to hate more
Dalton
than this guy.
gets back up to his feet and attacks Dolph Ziggler. Now a temporary alliance by Jericho and Dalton for a double backbreaker. Punch to the head of Dalton by Jericho, and then now a chop. That's going to send Dalton tumbling outside.
Jericho's skill set is as vast as anyone I've ever seen. Y2J can match speed.
Meanwhile, Jericho and Ziggler continue to fight it out in the ring. Dalton gets back to his feet and makes his way. Well, I thought he was going to make his way, biding his time, taunting the WWE Universe as he loves to do, and now makes his way back into the ring. Punching Jericho down, now turns his attention to Ziggler. Several punches, and now attacking the arm of Ziggler as Jericho fires up the WWE Universe. Belly to belly by Dalton as that's going to send Ziggler tumbling outside.
Uses his mastery of psychological warfare to get into an opponent's head. Then he uses his physical skills to
Leg drop to the arm of Jericho. And now Dalton getting fired up.
He's certainly showing us something new from his repertoire.
That's cool. I like new stuff.
He might be trying to take out the leg here.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
Well, I really cannot commentate for anything today. I guess I'm still tired from the traveling and stuff. But anyways, Dalton was tumbling outside.
Yeah, it looked like it was completely out of desperation.
Dolph Ziggler is totally vulnerable at this point.
Jericho goes for cover.
This one's far from over.
And Ziggler's going to power out at one. Meanwhile, Dalton makes his way back into the ring and targets Jericho, breaking up his attack on Ziggler. Stomp to the chest. Stomp to the arm. And a little bit of a glitch there. Teleports right over to Ziggler.
The WWE audience is no
now attacking the arm.
Chris Jericho.
Dalton and Ziggler have developed somewhat of a rivalry despite both men being heels. We've seen them face quite a bit over the past month or two. Dalton goes for cover. Ziggler powers. Wow, I really cannot commentate for crud today. Jericho goes for a cover now. And Ziggler's going to break that up almost instantly.
I don't like how slow he is to react right now.
Powerbomb by Jericho to Ziggler. That's going to send Ziggler to the outside. Now Jericho turns his attention to Dalton. Now we're stripping to the corner. Reversal by Dalton. But reversal by Jericho. Our stripping Dalton into the ropes. A punch takes him down, and now Jericho wants to take flight. Diving elbow drop by Jericho. And now firing up the WWE Universe, the fans of Jericho.
If he keeps up this pace, this could turn real ugly real fast. He's got him.
That back is
or the friends of Jericho, rather, as he calls them.
Jericho taking a lot
swinging neck breaker by Ziggler.
Oh, no.
Dalton back to his feet. Ziggler with several elbow drops to the body of Chris Jericho. Dalton biding his time. Firing up the WWE Universe, or taunting them rather. Jericho still finishing up his elbow drops on Jericho. Now turn attention to Dalton, but reversal by Dalton. Our trip into the corner. Drop kick by Ziggler. That's going to send Dalton to the outside.
Chris Jericho is one of the greatest superstars in WWE history. And one of the most
Ziggler goes for cover.
right there. Gonna be close.
This is what makes him one
Jericho
of the best
powers
in the
out at 2.
business.
Ziggler wants Jericho on his feet. Jericho does get to his feet, but a reversal by Jericho forces up Ziggler. Jericho's thinking the walls of Jericho, but Dalton's going to break that up rather quickly. And out of nowhere, a code breaker. Somehow, Dalton's going to pop up right back to his feet, and that's going to open up offense for Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, and a terrific reversal by Chris Jericho. Boy, did he get dropped or what?
Drop kick by Jericho sends Ziggler to the outside. Now Jericho goes for cover, trying to capitalize on that code breaker. But Dalton's going to power out at 2. Jericho thinking ground elbow strikes. Dalton's able to reverse. Dalton plunging his knee into the arm of Jericho and goes for cover.
Can he do it? Think he's got it.
And Jericho powers out at 2. Ziggler makes his way back to the ring and turns attention to Dalton. Nice reversal by Dalton.
You can't help but wonder how much more of this he can take.
Hold on. You have to think one of these
Now
times
Dalton
he goes for his finisher.
pushing back the arm of Ziggler as far as he can and stomping away at the wrist.
Pretty ineffective here tonight. He was one step ahead on that one.
Dalton outstrips Jericho into the corner, but reversal by Jericho.
He's just barely moving. I'm not sure he can get back to his feet.
Brainbuster by Jericho, who goes for cover. Can Ziggler crawl over and break it up? Doesn't matter. Dalton powers out on his own at 2. Jericho looking for ground elbow strikes. Dalton is able to reverse.
Oh, right to the gut.
Reversal by Jericho, spinning back fist. That's going to send Dalton to the outside. Irish whip into the corner. Bulldog by Jericho is going to bust open Dolph Ziggler. Now Jericho goes for cover.
1, 2.
Ziggler powers out at 2. Dalton to the apron, biding his time. Now makes his way back into the ring as Jericho goes to the apron. And somehow will miss both Ziggler and Dalton with that aerial maneuver. Ziggler kicks Dalton into the corner. Puts Dalton into the tree of woe.
Things are not looking very good
And
right now.
a variation of Jericho's finishing move, the cold breaker, now a famouser. Both men are down. Ziggler goes for cover, center ring. And will pick up the victory. Dalton is going to take a no decision. And it's a victory for Dolph Ziggler to kick off Battleground. Alright, so unfortunately Dalton will take a loss in his, I believe, second pay-per-view appearance at Battleground. And it's going to be a victory for his rival Dolph Ziggler.
Singles action on tap right now. We have seen Cara in a match of epic proportions.
Alright, but Battleground will continue. Let's get the rest of our results for Battleground. Next up, we have non-title action between the real-life WWE Champion Jinder Mahal and Sin Cara. And it's going to be a victory for Jinder Mahal. Next up, we have a SmackDown Tag Team Championship defense as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys, defend their titles against Heath Slater and Rhino, Beauty and the Man Beast, and the Hardy Boys will remain the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Next up, we have non-title action between Samoa Joe and Chad Gable, formerly of American Alpha. And it's going to be a victory for Samoa Joe. Next up, Charlotte defends her SmackDown Women's Championship for the first time, taking on Mickie James. And that's going to be a no-holds-barred matchup. And Charlotte will remain the SmackDown Women's Champion. So far, so good for the defending champions here at Battleground. AJ Styles in non-title action. He's going to be taking on Mike Kanellis. And it's going to be a victory for Mike Kanellis, defeating AJ Styles in non-title action. And our main event for the WWE Championship, Dean Ambrose, Triple Crown Champion. He's going to be taking on his former Shield brothers, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, as well as John Cena, looking for his WWE record 17th WWE Championship. And Dean Ambrose will remain the WWE Champion. Dean Ambrose is absolutely unstoppable right now. Alright, so that's the end of Battleground. We will see how those results affect the rankings on SmackDown Live and then reveal our next WITM matchup. Hey, I made it to the right menu on the first try. What do you know? Alright, so starting as usual with the women, Charlotte defeated Mickie James. Mickie James drops down to number 3. And your top 5 contenders to SmackDown Women's Championship still held by Charlotte. On number 1, Becky Lynch. Number 2, Tamina. Number 3, Mickie James. Number 4, Alexa Bliss. And number 5, Natalya. And now the SmackDown Tag Team Division. The Hardy Boys retained their SmackDown Tag Team titles, defeating Heath Slater and Rhino. Beauty and the Man Beast falls to number 3. And your top 5 contenders to SmackDown Tag Team titles, still held by the Hardy Boys, are number 1, The Club. Number 2, The Colognes. Number 3, Beauty and the Man Beast. Number 4, The Ascension. And number 5, Titus Worldwide. And now the United States Championship rankings. Dolph Ziggler defeated Chris Jericho and Dalton Roush. Dolph Ziggler is now the number 1 contender to U.S. title. Dalton is going to move down to number 3, unfortunately. And Chris Jericho moves up, or he lost, what am I doing? He falls to number 11. Jinder Mahal defeated Sin Cara, but Ziggler lost his, or won as, wow, I cannot commentate for crap tonight. Ziggler won as well, so Mahal remains at number 2. Sin Cara falls to number 11, but Jericho lost as well, so without working the pay-per-view, Sami Zayn is going to move up 2 spots to number 10. Samoa Joe defeated Chad Gable. Joe moves up to number 8. And Gable falls, or remains at number 13 because Styles lost as well. Man, Styles has plummeted down in the rankings. Mike Kanellis defeated AJ Styles, speaking of Styles, and he remains at number 14. Kanellis moves up to number 6. And Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and John Cena. Cena falls to number 6. That means Mike Kanellis moves into the top 5 at number 5. Reigns falls to number 8. And your top 5 contenders to the United States Championship held by Dean Ambrose are number 1, Dolph Ziggler. Number 2, Jinder Mahal. Number 3, Dalton Roush. Number 4, Apollo Crews. And number 5, Mike Kanellis. And now we advance to Raw, where we see the Intercontinental Champion Gerald finally in action. We will. He's pictured there with the rest of Raw's champions. And he's going to be taking on Wesley Blake, formerly of the tag team Blake and Murphy, and part of the stable BAMF in NXT with Murphy and Alexa Bliss. Now a singles wrestler. So, finally, we will see Gerald in action once again in episode 234. Until then, this is Corey, signing off.